Today we are headed back to White Valley, Alaska, where we will be completing all of the tasks in this region. More after this. Hello and welcome back to SnowRunner Hard Mode episode 38. Today we're working on all of the tasks in White Valley. We will start with all the tasks located near the White Valley garage and work our way north. Let's get started with the task Trucks and Investigations. This task is located right next to our garage and requires the retrieval of a semi-trailer of fuel and delivery to the parking lot destination. Instead of completing it today, we will tow the trailer back to our garage until most of the fuel has been used up before turning this task in. We'll be using the White Western Star and Ank MK38 throughout this video today. In case you were wondering, I do share the sideboard bed, crane, and other attachments with other vehicles in my fleet. This means that before switching to another region, I have to get the trucks that have the attachment back to the garage so they can be removed. Once removed, these add-ons can be used anywhere without any additional fees. It's another way to save money in hard mode, but it can get annoying at times. Luckily, the saddle low and saddle high add-ons are free, so you don't have to keep moving those around at least. To get the sideboard bed onto my Western Star, for example, I had to move my Azov 64131 back to the garage in the factory grounds. I didn't mind since I wanted to change my paint scheme on that truck anyway. Now that we have the sideboard bed removed, we can just switch back over to Alaska and it will be ready for us to equip to the White Western Star. There's a total of 9 tasks in White Valley and all of them are pretty easy to do. I used my Ank MK38 to do most of the scouting on this map, getting all the upgrades and using it for the extra muscle on any of the tasks that require towing, like deep river diving, which is the next task on our list. This task is located near the southwestern watchtower and just requires you to follow the nearby road down to the shallow river, which you can easily drive through to get to the Scout 800 that needs rescue. This is easy for the Ank MK38, especially if you have already equipped the engine upgrade found nearby. Click the link for all the upgrades that can be found on this map. Once you rescue the Scout, you'll make an easy $1,700 and it's on to the next task. There are 2 bridges in need of repair in the southern part of the map. The long bridge will require 2 loads of wooden planks and 2 loads of service parts, while the regular bridge to the east just requires 2 loads of service parts. The service hub to get the service spare parts is conveniently located right next to the long bridge, while the wooden planks can be obtained from the nearby log station. We'll complete the bridge task now, and then head over to the long bridge. Now that this bridge is repaired, let's stop at the log station and get 2 loads of wooden planks to repair the long bridge. Once the wooden planks are dropped off, that will complete stage 1. Nice and easy. Now we just need to stop at the service hub, grab 2 loads of service spare parts, and we have another task completed. We're almost at the halfway point with just 5 more tasks to go. Next we have the task Out of Fuel, which is located just east of the fuel station. For this we will need 148 repair points and 80 liters of fuel. There's a service trailer at the nearby factory which can be towed down to the job site. I just leave it on the main road while I go off-road to tow the pickup. You should have plenty of fuel to just refuel the pickup using your own gas, but there is also a scout fuel trailer at the gas station. This map definitely has no shortage of free fuel if you know where to look. I use maprunner.info for all my planning and I definitely recommend it, especially for hard mode. Once the pickup truck is fully repaired, now it's just a short drive back to the delivery spot to drop it off and complete this task. Next we have the task Building Materials, which can be found at the sawmill. This requires the delivery of 3 loads of cement to the sawmill. You only need to bring 1 truck equipped with a crane and sideboard bed for this task. The loads of cement are scattered along the river near the sawmill. I was already doing some scouting in this area with the Ankh, and at first I thought I would have to cross over into Mountain River for the cement before realizing it was all scattered throughout. The cement is pretty easy to locate, not too far off the path. A single truck can manage by loading 2 loads into the sideboard bed and then loading the 3rd on top of those 2 to get this done all in one trip. Over in the northwest corner of the map, you will find our next task, which is called Search and Rescue. It's another simple vehicle recovery task. This time it's in one of the most scenic areas you can find in Alaska, and that makes it more enjoyable. Best of all, the delivery point is at the warehouse that has the supplies we need for our next task. At the end of this clip, you'll notice how I siphon the fuel out of the scout vehicle before completing the delivery. I top off my truck as well as putting the rest of the fuel into a fuel trailer. This is another trick that can help save your hard-earned cash for other maps. The block tunnel is our next task. Before leaving the warehouse, you should bring along a load of small pipes or concrete blocks. You'll need both to clear the block tunnel, which also happens to be the gateway into Northport. The tunnel is located a short distance from the warehouse, and there are two different ways you can travel to and from. I used this route here as it is a more direct path without as many twists and turns that could result in tipping over. As soon as you drop off both loads of cargo, that will complete this task. The final task on the map is Pluck the Truck. This involves recovery of the dairy Longhorn truck, which will become a part of your fleet upon completion. I remember back when the game first came out trying to pull this truck up the hill and out of the river. I don't know how many hours I wasted doing so. It's definitely much easier to just tow the truck downriver and winch it onto the road where there is definitely less of an incline. I did find it interesting, however, that the Western Star was able to handle this job a whole lot better than the Ankh when it came down to it. I always thought the Ankh would have more torque, but it was a struggle pulling the dairy horn up the muddy hill. No matter how you do it, once you get the rig back to your garage, it is now a part of your fleet. Your fleet is basically your savings account in hard mode. If you have a good run, you may never have to sell any of your vehicles, but they are there for all your rainy days. That will do it for today's episode of Hard Mode. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back soon with more SnowRunner videos.